We dare not forget today that we are the heirs of that first revolution. Let the word go forth from this time and place to friend and foe alike that the torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans born in this century, tempered by war.
And the reason that reading critically, like reading for theme and metaphor and symbol, is important is because those things are ways into the big, interesting questions, many of which are the same questions that math is trying to answer. Hank, the vast majority of us imagine ourselves as like literature people or else like math people. But the truth is that the massive parallel processor known as the human brain is neither a literature organ or a math organ. It is both and more.
I lied. I'm not out of this relationship. I'm in. I'm so in, it's humiliating because here I am begging.
Meredith,
Shut up. You say Meredith and I yell, remember?
Yeah.
Okay. Here it is. Your choice, it's simple. Her or me. And I'm sure she's really great. But Derek, I love you. In a really, really big. Pretend to like your taste in music. Let you eat the last piece of cheesecake. Hold a radio over my head outside your window. Unfortunate way that makes me hate you. Love you. So pick me. Choose me. Love me.
Whether you're looking at JFK's inaugural address, where the syntax of parallel structure and listing is paired with encouraging and hopeful diction, or John Green's appeal to understanding the universe with the use of words to inspire the audience to think big, or Meredith Gray's simple syntax and straightforward diction to emotionally convey her point, argument can be made effective to an audience by choices made by an author regarding diction and syntax. Argument can be a difficult concept to grasp, considering that everything is an argument. Types of arguments range far and wide, from arguments to inform, to arguments to explore, and to arguments to make decisions. All of these types of arguments are centralized around the audience. It's how the audience interprets and understands the message of the author that matters the most. The author makes choices in syntax and diction that allow them to effectively convey their message to the audience. Words can be powerful in getting a point across, and sentence structure allows easy access to the reader's mind for them to make connections and understand what the author is saying.
The Ministry of Magic has always considered the education of young witches and wizards to be of vital importance. Although each headmaster has brought something new to this historic school, progress for the sake of progress must be discouraged.
In this clip from Harry Potter, Professor Umbridge chooses her words very carefully. The use of vital importance and historic school conveys a sense of irony when contrasted with her negative tone. Words are the foundation of our language. The choice of words in an argument is commonly referred to as diction. Diction is most effective when you choose words that are most appropriate and fitting to the audience. Certain words may or may not hit home with certain audiences. Syntax is the structure of sentences that allow us to comprehend the meaning of this sentence, and in terms of argument, argue the point that the author is trying to get across. Linguist Noam Chomsky created the sentence, "Colorless green ideas sleep furiously." He created this sentence to show that the rules of syntax are distinct from the meaning the words convey. To put it simply, if you can't understand the syntax of a sentence, the meaning gets lost along the way. Together, diction and syntax contribute to the author's voice and affect the overall tone of the argument. For example, a sentence can be complex with emotional diction that appeals to pathos, which would make the audience believe the argument being made is emotional and move them to complete a certain action. Whether it is arguments to inspire, like Aragorn's Not This Day speech in Lord of the Rings.
My brothers! I see in your eyes the same fear that would take the heart of me. A day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day. An hour of wolves and shattered shields when the age of men comes crashing down. But it is not this day! This day we fight! By all that you hold dear on this good earth, I bid you stand! Men of the West!
Where Aragorn uses repetition, emotional diction, and phrasing that calls to attention the importance of their actions to come, or writing an argument for the AP English exam, the words you choose and the order of those words can make or break an argument, making it either ineffective or effective in conveying the meaning behind it. Words strain, crack, and sometimes break, under the burden, under the tension, slip, slide, perish, decay with imprecision, will not stay in place, will not stay still. Diction and syntax themselves are demonstrated in this quote by T.S. Eliot with crack and break and slip, slide, and perish. These words themselves give the audience a feeling of just how important words are to the argument and how the order can justify a point completely. Argument is found in every aspect of life, and it is important to see the structure and choices that are put into forming this very cornerstone of literary basis in order to better understand and utilize argument when it is necessary.